You may be wondering why I'm on a boat today. It's because I'm in Doncaster. Right, what's happening, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Synetiq video. Now this is one that I've been really excited about. You know, last time we went and figured out what category this, that and the other is, S, X, N. Oh, that sounded weird just then, didn't it? We figured out what the categories meant. So today I thought, have you ever wondered where your car goes when you write it off? See, I just thought it went to the big scrapyard in the sky, but turns out it doesn't. It comes to somewhere like this. So we're at the Doncaster facility, which is actually the biggest out of Synetiq's. And trust me guys, this place is absolutely huge. There's over 9,000 cars on this lot here. And we're gonna take a wander around. Let's go and have a look around, follow the process, and by the end of it, like me, we'll be educated. What more can you want? Now just gotta figure out how you get out of this thing without rolling it over. Let's go. Cars have come into Synetiq, they go into like a landing place where they get registered, everything is sorted out as to which place they're going to go to, whether they're going end of life, whether they're going to be breakers, whether they're going to be put up on the racking and kind of left there for a bit whilst all the paperwork is sorted out. Then, once they've done that, all of the bits that can be recycled, particularly the crown jewels of what they call the car, the engine, the gearbox, basically the drivetrain, if it's salvageable, it's then brought here, and this is a whole pile of everything you could possibly need to make a car go that way. You've got batteries, you've got flywheels, you've got clutches, gearbox casings, engines. All of this is being put together and that will be sent out for export. And then all the other stuff that they're going to keep and sell is put on another rack that way. One of the things that I didn't realise is that when your car comes in here, obviously it's got petrol in it, it's got brake fluid, aircon gas, power steering pump fluid, all of that. That needs to be taken completely out of the car, especially if they're going to be taking them to be breakers. So there is actually a machine called a depolluter where it literally takes out all of these different fluids and then they recycle all of those fluids, reuse them, sell them, whatever they can to make sure that the whole process is sustainable. So I'm going to have a go at depolluting a car, basically just making sure it's dry. So go. So basically all your classic areas where you would get, you know, your oil from here and the fuel back there, he's literally just putting on this machine and it just essentially just cleans it out. It's not very glamorous, but it's a very well needed part of this job. They don't actually sell the fuel tank, so you can just drill a hole straight up underneath it and filter it out. Geez, a machine like this would be very handy at the minute with the price of fuel. So this is the other thing that I didn't think about either is obviously every car that comes in is bound to, well, not all of them, but after some of the smashes that we've seen, have got 4 wheels and 4 tyres. So if you think about 100,000 cars processed here over 12 months, every single one of those has 4 or 3 wheels and tyres. So you end up with just an absolute emporium. I've never seen so many different wheel designs, like even if you look all the way up there, all of these are all stacked up and then they're put on here ready to be categorised. Some lovely BMW ones up here. These look like they're off an X3 or X5 or something. This genuinely feels like what we used to do when we used to modify cars. We'd be looking at all the different other marks and makes, what bolt patterns you could get. Like you put like a Mercedes Alphard's wheel on a Mark 5 Golf, for example, or something like that. Imagine walking in here and having the pick of any of the brands, any wheel that you could possibly want, other than aftermarket. It's all in one space. I've never seen so many wheels. Getting ready to go off to the auction site. We pictured here and sent out. They look like they're off maybe one of the new Golfs. I don't know. They're the new style ones anyway. Oh, you'll never be short of a few wheel bolts here. There must be thousands of things in there. Every make and model, size and shape. All of the locking wheel nuts as well to go with them. Jeez, he's got some lock on there. You could use that for drifting. Maybe, if it wasn't a front wheel drive punter. Literally, you could spend all day having a pick round of stuff. Apparently there's some interesting things that come through here. We met a couple of guys earlier because James was actually with me today and he knew James. He was saying E92 V8s that come through here, some 2JZs obviously from stuff. It all gets processed here. Mental. So there's about 15, 20 lads that work in here, and one guy in one day can take up to 10 engines out of the cars. This one behind me is where all the front wheel drive cars, that's where they drop the engines and stuff out here, because we're in the dismantling area, and over there is where they've got the rear wheel drive engines as well. But look, these guys are constantly on it all day, morning to night, and they can pull out, as I said, up to 10, maybe even more engines in one day. So that's why there's so many of the things all piled up around the place. But the whole name of the game here is turnover. There's about 100,000 cars coming through in a year, so you can imagine all the parts that come from that. They're just constantly moving, and that's the great thing, really. This whole place is all about logistics, processing, making sure that everything is as fast and as sustainable as possible. It's really interesting. I feel like this is my calling in life, to do something like this. What do you think?
No.
Don't say
Horse riding for you.
So, in another life, so I'm guessing it's just these ones, right? Just these two.
Them two I need this
one as well.
Yeah, just cut above that. Lower clip.
So you cut here?
A bit higher up.
Here?
Yeah, just cut that.
Well, that's easy. Should I do both sides?
Yeah,
We do.
Cut there and that one.
And your fingers. Okay, just cut that.
Yeah, so take 10 mils out.
Okay.
That. Then put the gun just on the engine.
Look at that. 10 bullets. Oh, that was really easy.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can just clip bits and bobs. See, that's the whole process. Comes in, gets registered, everything gets seen that you can take off the car, then the drivetrain comes out, wheels and tyres are recycled, then it's literally like all of the external skins, that type of stuff, and then anything that you can save off the car, so all your fluids, etc., then all of the extraneous stuff, so lights, brake discs, brake calipers, that kind of stuff. And then it goes over to the really cool machine that crushes it, makes it into the bales. And it was 96% recycling of an entire car. So from being crashed, you can recycle 96% of it. It's good, right? This is what cracks me up when I'm walking around here. Something will suddenly catch my eye. And I spotted that this is obviously BMW M3 E92. I was right, I did think so. E92 M3. Lovely little motorsport tips there. Probably nice little part, actually. As I said, you're constantly just looking around, you'll catch something, you'll be like, oh my god, that's from that. I spy with my little eye something beginning with 2JZ. There are so many cool things just hiding around here. Wow! 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 Wow, look at that! One thing that we should note, actually, after my last video, all of the cars that you're seeing here are all category B. So these are cars that are structurally damaged, they cannot be sold as a full machine, they need to be taken apart, and they are what we call breakers. So this place is a huge processing centre full of breaker cars. We've just come outside. You've got to understand the sheer scale of this place. It is absolutely huge. As I said earlier, there's over 9,000 cars here. I was having a wander out and I was like, F80 M3. That'll go again. Then I realised, actually, this poor splitter will not go again. What do you reckon's happened? Do you reckon he's gone, had a little bit of a spinny winny, and then gone in backwards? Car was wrecked. It's had, obviously, that lovely S55 engine taken straight out of it. So this basically now is just if somebody randomly needs the part, so if you needed a rear bench, or you need anything like that, or you needed a windscreen. I always forget the windscreens are actually really profitable here as well, because it's not actually looks it's not looking like it's got too much structural damage. This is actually a brand new G80 M3. I saw it just as I was coming round. Some people might say that it looks better now it's had the front grille smashed off it, but I'd say you probably only need new front bumper, with a little under tray there as well. I need a headlight, but the rest of it's mint. Look at this. It's got the M Sport carbon pack on it. 21 reg, Brooklyn Grey. I'd love to see if it has the seats in it. Do you reckon we can climb up? It's mad just how brand new everything is on it. You can see the control arms here. Everything is super clean. The suspension, even just the exhaust, the diff, shafts. And we found another M3, an E92 M3 this time, which looks like it went on a bit of a journey through the mud. There's some amount of stuff just in here. That's 3 M3s. Feels like people are not very good at driving these cars. Oh, the door is absolutely wrecked on it. I was hoping I could get in there. See, there's plenty of salvageable stuff on it. Here we go. These will be very handy for James. And this, oh, okay, maybe not. That's seen better days, hasn't it? Bless it. I need one of these to put on the carbon air intake, which is underneath my bonnet. I'm just doing a mental list in my head. Oh, it's actually missing its rear window as well. Well, there you go. I don't know about you, but I always did think to myself, where on earth do cars go when they've been crashed? Well, now you know. They end up in a place like this. Big thank you to Synetiq for having me down. As I said, this place is recycling all of those cars that end up crashed to be parted out. Everything, and I mean everything, is recycled, made clean. It's a whole recycling ecosystem. And again, as always, there is so much to see on the Synetiq website if you're looking for a particular car. There's over 9,000 cars here, so guaranteed you're going to find the thing that you're looking for. If you haven't already signed up to Synetiq SOS, make sure you get your entries in, because we are starting to close the books for that now. So as I said, anybody that you know that might need us to come and help them, make sure you get your entries into the link in my description below. But other than that, that's it from me. I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm going to go try and learn how to master that machine back there.